All right, we're going to jam through this. This is my second time taking this video because they said the first one was too long. And that's why about the 10-minute mark, I have to break it up pretty fast. All right, bail. Once you're arrested, you're in custody. And they've arrested you and said, so the charges, you haven't gone to court yet, you're still innocent until proven guilty, you can get bail for yourself, okay? So we tried to pass a law, California tried to pass a law stating that you didn't need cash bail. It failed. So now no matter who you are in the world, you can be the billionaire or you can be a transient on the street. You both get charged for murder. You're both going to need bail $500,000, which is a bail of $50,000 cash in order to get out. So watch this little video here and tell me 3 things you learn about bail. Here is diversion. Diversion is offered instead of going to jail. You can have a diversion. The Modesto Police Department has a diversion program for juveniles, so they don't have a lengthy criminal record. But it's usually targeted towards anger management. If you're a druggie, maybe we can get you off drugs. Let's hope and pray. Usually never happens. And some type of community service where you're out there picking weeds on the side or making the cemetery look good. Okay? Here are the 4 primary benefits. So there's not a lot of people in jail, right? Don't have to worry about the cost of maintaining this individual who goes to jail. We can, okay, Johnny, don't do that crime again. Send him on his way. Hopefully he never comes back. We're supposed to try to rehabilitate that person so they don't want to come back. Don't have the stigma of being in jail, you know, because once you get that reputation of being in jail, you know, you don't want that to follow you around. And like we said, everything has a cost. Everything. Juveniles, diversion. You guys will find this out when we bounce to the next module here about the diversion. But it involves everybody. It's not only the child because there's a whole system regarding this child, right? If something went wrong within the family, so what kind of diversion can we apply to them in order for them to be successful in life and hopefully move on? So once you are found guilty of a crime, you may or may not go to jail for a period of time. You may be time served from your initial waiting period to go to court, and then you have a probation officer. A probation officer is assigned to you, right? It says started back in 1841. We still have them today, right? They have long history there. And basically they keep an eye on everybody who is on probation, go in contact, making sure they're in, what is the word I'm looking for? Oh, there we go, my phone a friend, compliance with their probation terms. But you really kind of sucks now because before you just knock on the door, walk in, toss the whole house, make an appearance. Now with COVID, nobody does this, you know, it's all hands off. Again, it's going to be a great time to get law enforcement because you're going to have a whole slew of kids. Oh, nothing happened to me, right? And then, so what is that? Oh, I can do more. All right, here's a brief history on probation of what happened. Tell me, 1930, what happened and how it affected probation overall. Give me a brief history, do a little research on that. The makeup probation officers. They have a lot of different makeup because you want to have the makeup of community for a bunch of people that are coming out into the community going to be on probation. So this one here, they have 25% are female, 55% are white, 28% are black, 14% are Hispanic. The one thing that always amazes me about a probation officer, you need a 4-year BA degree in order to become a probation officer. You only need a high school diploma to become a police officer, which is really amazing to me. All right, so the conditions of probation. When you're on probation and you have a probation officer as seen here, you can be dealt with, depending on your crime, you can do drug counseling, some type of education, like maybe you have an anger management or some type of self-esteem issue that they can help educate you or get you some on job training if like you fail to pay your child support, family support, whatever, and be a productive member of society. The standard probation is imposed on all probationers. You have to report to the office, right? You usually have to pee in a cup, make sure you have no drugs, Stay employed. Tell them who your employer is. Can't leave town without permission, right? Can't be going down to Sap Town partying with all your family and friends. You can't move without permission. Punitive depends on the type of criminal you are. You may have to pay a fine and also community service and pay restitution to the victims if they have any medical costs or suffered some major cost as the result of being a criminal. Okay, this is what I just talked about. It's just typed out here for those who have ADHD like I have, self-diagnosed. That's exactly what I talked about right there. Here's the different types of terms of probation. Got to follow curfew, right? Even if you're an adult, you can't be out past curfew. If they give you a curfew of a certain time, you can't break that curfew. You can't have any weapons, right? What? Criminal can't have any weapons? Wow, there's a shocker, right? You can't have contact with your other little homies. If they're on probation or parole, no bueno. Can't hang out with them, right? Or anybody else who has a criminal record. You have to be sober. I know it's hard to believe. People like to get drunk, don't take responsibility for their actions, so they hit the alcohol, right? And submit to reasonable searches and seizures. Reasonable searches and seizures. Here's some other conditions that they talked about. We already talked about community service. Obviously, don't talk to the victim. This Jehu right here got unsupervised supervision, which blows my mind because that means you don't have to check in, right? The courts are the ones that set certain type of conditions. It's used in cases of minor level offenders. Okay, now this guy was a cop, or was a cop during the time, right? And he's sniffing little 3-year-old girl panties. Now, that's not somebody who needs more than just unsupervised visits, is this guy, because here he is a cop and he should know better, and haven't even these thoughts crossed his mind, right? So to me, he should be, look at his face, guilty, right? Pervert, weirdo, cop, makes me sick, right? Okay, so duties of the probation officer, when they go out and make contact with somebody, they can make recommendations whether the person's in compliance or not compliance. They supervise the offender during any pretrial supervision. They're involved in the case management long term of the individual, and they're there when the sentence is handed down by the court. All right, here's some of the duties of the probation officer. Feel free to blow it up at your discretion. Look at it. The PSI report, basically, it's an interview of everybody before the judge sentences the individual to probation. Like, are they going to make it 3 months? Are they going to make it a year of probation, 2 years of probation? They conduct all interviews with everybody and make a PSI report. Here's what one looks like. And then we'll stop right there. I'm going to upload this little video and move on to the next so we don't overrun our time.